Hi, my name is Claudia Butler. My research is entitled Special Education Teaching Perception of Support During the First 5 Years of Teaching, a Narrative Inquiry. The general problem is the alarming rate which special education teachers are leaving teaching positions during the first 5 years in special education. The specific problem under study is that special education high school teachers' perception of administrative and staff support for novice special education teachers during the first 5 years of teaching was explored in the qualitative study. The purpose of the qualitative narrative inquiry was to examine how special education teachers perceive administrative and staff support during the first 5 years of teaching. The research question used to guide the study was as follows. How do special education high school teachers perceive administrative and staff support for novice special education teachers during the first 5 years of teaching? Okay. The study involved collecting stories from a purposely selected population of special education teachers in Western Tennessee. Working in special education teaching in the first 5 years in the profession. The qualitative narrative inquiry research method was appropriate to examine special education teachers' perception of administrative and staff support during the first 5 years of teaching. In-depth interviews were conducted using a narrative inquiry to examine the phenomenon of administrative and staff support during the first 5 years of teaching. Participants were given an opportunity to share their stories through uninterrupted interviews. 8 special education teachers responded to the research questions by expressing their narrative views and experiences while sharing their stories. The central research question was, how do special education high school teachers perceive administrative and staff support for novice special education teachers during the first 5 years of teaching? There were 3 sub-questions. The sub-question 1 was, how do novice special education teachers view administrative support for novice special education teachers during the first 5 years of teaching? Sub-question 2 was, how do novice special education teachers view staff support for novice special education teachers during the first 5 years of teaching? Sub-question 3 was, how do administrative and staffs perceive support for novice special education teachers during the first 5 years of teaching? Emerging themes included participants that articulated their experiences through personal stories that revealed how they perceive support from administrators and staff. Special education teachers' perceptions were reviewed through the analysis of data collected through in-depth interviews. Common themes were discovered through the review of the data. 4 themes emerged from that data, which included: number 1, theme 1, professionalism versus special education teacher behavior attributes. Theme 2, administrative support versus legal and ethical obligations. Theme 3, collaborative administrative support. And theme 4, principal encouragement versus special education teacher virtues. The study implications to leadership in the profession of special education teachers provides insights into support needs of special education teachers from the perception of special education teachers. The conceptual framework for the study was appreciative inquiry and critical systems theory. According to the results, teachers require not only support from the principal but also assistance with developing strengths within the teaching profession. Therefore, principals have an essential role in novice special education teachers' success. One thing that I did discover when conducting this study is that you have to look at, you can't beat one. You have to, you be amazed what you find. Basically, data is everywhere. And I think that I really enjoy collecting the data, learning a lot about the experts, which were the special education teachers, and how maybe my study can contribute to existing literature. Thank you for listening, and you guys have a good day.